Hey, I'm Amy, AmyLoganLife.com, back for another episode, if that's what we want to call these. All right, you guys, one of my favorite things, have you seen the t-shirt that says, "Sorry for what I said when I was Mormon"? I wish I'd coined that because it's so great. I'm going to tell you one of the things I remember very vividly. I was very active. I had my two kids, they were young, so I'm going to say 4 and 2 or something around there. And we were at a family event, and my brother, when we were all Mormon at the time, all of us were Mormon, he had gotten tattoos. And I remember walking up to him saying, "You're going to regret this someday." In all of my Mormon condescending way, everything I could muster, I wanted to make sure that he was going to regret those tattoos. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you have a moment like that? Where you're like, I wish I could grab the words and pull them back into my mouth. I think back to Amy, who was very judgy in years past. And one of the greatest gifts that my faith crisis has given me is to be less judgmental. Now, stay with me here because this is going to sting a little bit. All right, I'm going to get to the stinging part in a bit. But think about how judged you feel as you've left the church, right? People have probably said things to you and say, "You'll be back one day," or "You need to pray hard enough, you need to read the Book of Mormon harder," like all of the things we've talked about. And you in your head are thinking, "I have done all those things 100-fold, like I have done all the things." And so that makes it hard and you feel judged because you're leaving. Guess what? People are judging you for sure. That's going to happen. When you kind of start landing on your feet and you realize like, okay, I've made it through the hard parts, like I'm managing this okay. I feel more confident in where I'm arriving as far as what you believe or what you no longer believe. What happens is we still get triggered by family who's judging us. This is the stinging part. But we then judge them for judging us, and we're doing it to each other. Do you see that? And so it's like we get mad that they're judging us, but we're judging them for judging us. And it's just like this weird, vicious circle. Like people get to judge you, and we don't like that. And so think back to when you were Mormon, and if you ever were watching to see if someone was wearing their garments, or if you're watching to see if someone was drinking something that, a coffee or anything along those lines, just think back to a way in which you were judgy. How are you doing it now towards your Mormon family? Like now, do you get mad that they're not being Mormon enough because they're being hypocrites? That's you being judgy of them. Now, they're going to continue to judge you, most likely. You'll know when you're on the path to healing when you let go of all of that, a little at a time, and you don't feel as triggered. I know it could be a heavy word, but I'm just saying you just have to pay attention, check yourself, and are you judging them? And it's kind of a frustrating mirror to hold up to yourself, but you kind of have to do that, right? To kind of see it. And it's really hard because we leave the church and we want to turn around and point fingers and say all the things back, right? Because we don't feel the understanding that we want to feel from our still Mormon family. This is huge, you guys. And like I said, it can be a tough pill to swallow, but just start paying attention to when you start judging and think back to your Mormon judging self. And I know that you probably don't think you're doing, I have to catch myself all the time. So this isn't me sitting on my high horse here. I still have to check myself because I'll find myself doing it. And I'm like, oh, I get to leave and I don't have to be Mormon anymore, but my family gets to stay and they get to be Mormon because that's their choice. So I know it's a fine line and it takes a while to get to that point. When you notice that you're judging your Mormon family still, maybe in different ways than you used to, you'll start feeling a little more peace. You'll start feeling a little more calm. You'll also start feeling a lot more confident about who you are when you don't judge, like turn around and judge. I hope that makes sense. But I really want you to kind of think about that. Sometimes when we hear things like that, we have a tendency to get mad and put up a defense, but I have the right to judge. Well, just think, all I'm asking you to do is think about it. Pay attention to when it happens. Pay attention to when you find yourself judging. Hopefully it's not like what I just gave you the example of my brother getting tattoos. Like I can't even believe that those words came out of my mouth. But I also have to check myself and make sure that I'm not judging my family's Mormon ways. Take that in. Think about it. See if you're doing it. I'm just asking. Some people do it more than others, obviously. And just work on that. Just see if there's a way that you can work on that. And when you can start to let the judgments of the people who are still practicing Mormonism go, you just start to feel a little like, can breathe. And that's what this is all about, right? We're on this path to start breathing easier, to start feeling more confident, to start feeling better about where we are arriving on our journey of this faith crisis. So there you go. Make sure you head over to amyloganlife.com and grab your 10 post-Mormon life hacks. And when you do that, I also have a link to set up a mini session with me. And that is to get a little taste of what it's like to work with me. It is my gift to you. There's a whole schedule. You can sign up and do that. I would love to coach you on something that you may need help with. Of course, I talked to you a little bit about the program that I offer, what I offer my clients to work with me on a more ongoing basis. But that's my gift to you. You can find that over at amyloganlife.com. If you feel like you're getting value from any of the videos that I do here, please hit the subscribe button, and bonus points for hitting the little bell that gives you the notifications of when I put a video out. I pretty much do a video every Friday. Sometimes I do a couple a week, but that's when I do a video for sure, on Fridays. And if you're also signed up for my 10 post-Mormon life hacks, you will be added to my list where I send out my letter Friday, which is full of other good coaching nuggets and great information. So there you go.